Hey y'all, what's going on? This is J Maria, J Marie Booklist. I hope you can hear me. I have an airplane flying over me, so I was out walking. You know, I do that on my break. I go walk. I'm at the park. It's beautiful here. You hear the birds chirping. So what I wanted to come and talk to you about today was taking sides as a health unit coordinator. So when you start a job, and this actually can apply to anyone, but when you start a job and you go into the company and you're doing your orientation and then you get off your orientation, one of the things that you may encounter is people wanting you to take sides. And what I mean by that is you go into the company, you know, you may have trained with someone and or you know, maybe there's a manager or a supervisor, charge nurse that you like, and other people who do not like that person will try to get you to take sides and to get you away from that person because they see that you like that person, and to get you to come over to their side. Now what you have to understand is that there has been beef, okay? So if they've been there 20 years and they've been beefing with each other for 20 years, that has nothing to do with you, okay? They want you to take sides. So one time when I worked at a hospital, one of the charge nurses said to me, she said, you always work the other weekend, because the way it was is we had to work every other weekend. So we worked during the week and then we worked every other weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And she was like, well, you always work the other weekend, you never work with us. And it was just, I was like, well, that's just the way it fell, because you know there were other secretaries, they always worked that weekend. And the way they had it set up was, it was like one group worked one weekend and then another group worked another weekend. So it was the charge nurse, certain nurses, certain secretaries will all work this weekend, and then the next weekend will be the other people. And so it wasn't me, it was you know, the way it was set up. But see, I didn't know. I mean, I kind of knew there was kind of issues because they all been there over 20 years and they got beef. But I was like, well, you know, it wasn't me. It's just the way it fell. But I realized she was trying to get me to take sides. She wanted me to come off my weekend because she saw that me and the charge nurse got along. She wanted me to come off my weekend and go and like get on their side. And truth be told, I wouldn't have went anyway because I ain't care for nothing. I mean, they were all right, but not all of them together. You know how some nurses and you just can't, some personalities just don't need to be together. Like you can't have two bullies together because they gonna harass everybody. Ain't trying to do that on my Saturdays and Sundays. So it's just, you know, you just can't have all that. There's just too much going on. And so I liked the weekend I was on because it was more laid back and everything, and not all this drama like the other weekend always had. So, you know, but it took me a minute, but you know, because I was innocent, I didn't understand. But then I figured out what she was talking about. Same thing. When I was training a new HUC, one of the things I always do is I do not show my bias towards other nurses, PCAs, charge nurse, director, anything. I don't show my bias. I want the new HUC to learn the people, okay? I want them to make their decision. I don't want you making the decision for me on who I should like and who I should not like. Do you understand? I want that person to make a decision. And so that's what I always do, because how can I say that I don't want you to make a decision for me, but then I do it to somebody else? That doesn't make sense. So I did that. I trained a HUC. And one day, you know, I had this nurse, okay, just thought of her right now. And one day I went up there and I was talking to the HUC, and she was like, how come you don't like so-and-so? And I was like, well, what do you mean? She was like, she just wants to be your friend. She's just, you know, she says you never talk to her and this and that. And I was like, look, okay, let me tell you, don't nobody like her, okay? Don't nobody like her. I said, give her about 2 weeks, she gonna throw you under the bus, okay? So, but see, I never badmouthed her. Even though I did not like that nurse, I never badmouthed her. The nurse went to the new HUC and was badmouthing me. Okay, she don't like me. I don't know why she don't like me. Look, give her 2 weeks, okay, and then you'll know why don't nobody like her, okay? But that's what I'm telling you. do not take sides when you start a new job, because they will try you, even at another company. If you got people who work together, been working together for 5 years, and then you find out, you know, and they frenemies, they friends and they enemies, and then you find out they used to work together somewhere else 10 years, stay out of that, because they trying to get you to pick sides. So that's just something. Wherever you work, when you are new to a company, you may have your coworkers trying to get you to take a side. Do not take a side. The only side you need to take is knowing how to be the best damn health unit coordinator, unit secretary, unit clerk, medical clerk that you can be. That's the only thing you need to be worried about. You don't need to be worried about taking sides and who got beef and all this, and been going on 20 years. It'll be there when you leave. When you're no longer there, they'll still be beefing. So look, don't get involved in any of that. So now if you got any comments or questions, you can put them below. You can also follow me on my blog. It's J. Marie Booklets. That's where I talk about being a health unit coordinator, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.